it's a sock. Dobby has a sock. Dobby is a free elf. Hi, hope you all had a very Merry Christmas and are looking forward to the new year. It's currently 8 o'clock on December the 31st, so that means we only have a few hours left of 2013. And I'm not sure about anyone else, but I felt it kind of went a bit quick. Kind of didn't feel like we had a year at all. Well, you smell like my hangover tomorrow, so celebrating the new year as I mean to continue. So with the new year very fastly approaching, by my count about 3 hours away now, it's often a time when people decide that they're going to start making New Year's resolutions, often involving sort of I'm going to go to the gym more, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to start eating crap. But if you're anything like me, by the time I think the 2nd of January rolls around, you just end up doing this. Right, January the 2nd, time to get off to a healthy start. Ew. And then that carries on for the next month, and then the next month, and then the next month, and before you know it, it's gonna be Christmas 2014, and you will just be wondering what the hell. Well, actually no, you probably by that point won't even remember making the resolution in the first place. So instead of making a New Year's resolution, which invariably you're gonna break between the first day you make it and the 5th month, when you're thoroughly fed up with the gym, I've decided that instead of making resolutions which forces you to quit something or give up something, is to actually make a resolution that forces you to go and do something. For example, the one that I've been doing for the last few years, I like to call my film resolutions. What I do is I pick 12 films that are coming out in the given year, and I tell myself, I'm gonna go see them. How many times have you been to the cinema or seen or watched a DVD and they've got all the trailers, and while you're watching the trailers you're sitting there going, oh yeah, I want to go see that, or oh that looks kind of good, and then invariably you never get around to seeing it. My resolutions list is to make a list of the things I will go and see, whether it be in the cinema or on DVD, but they have to have come out in that given year. It's like a win-win solution. You feel happy because you've done a resolution and you've gone and seen a film. What's not to love about it? It's brilliant. So with that in mind, here is my current list of films I need to go see in 2014. So, numero uno on my list is Dom Hemingway. Can you actually see? No? Okay. There we go. The camera's having a panic because it doesn't know who to look at. Jude Law and Emily Clark, who of course is Daenerys from Game of Thrones. So, what's not to love? Number 2, American Hustle. Technically it's already out here in the UK, but I haven't seen it yet and I'm planning on going seeing it next year, so it goes on the list. Number 3, The Book Thief. Again, it's already out in the UK, but it was one of my absolute favouriteest books in the entire world growing up as a child. And I don't really like World War II movies, but this just genuinely looks like it's going to be as amazing as the book. If you haven't gone to see it, read the book first and then go see it. It looks amazing. So number 4, Vampire Academy. I got introduced to those books by a friend of mine a couple years ago, and they have stuck with me throughout the last few years, and I don't think I've had that since I read Harry Potter. Just Rochelle Mead's way of telling a story is outstanding, and I'm so glad they finally decided to make a movie of this. I'm a little worried because there's a lot of people who are also very big fans of the book that are very worried as to casting choices. I'm just gonna let the movie show me, because until you've seen it, you can't tell whether it's gonna be good or bad. The one plus side about it is the fact that they finally dropped the Blood Sisters section of the title. I'm sorry, but the original series itself is 6 books that have their own original titles. Why didn't you just pick one of those instead of making up your own? So I'm very glad they dropped that bit. But anyway, looking forward to seeing that in February. So number 5 is The Other Woman. Cameron Diaz plays the other woman, and she finds out that her partner, for lack of a better word, has a wife. So instead of them sort of ragging on each other, they decide to team up and get their own back on him. So it's kind of like an adult version of John Tucker Must Die. Plus, it's got Nicki Minaj in it. I can't see what's not to love with this movie. I hope it's as good as the trailer suggests. Really do. Number 6 is Captain America. For obvious reasons, if you've watched Captain America 1, you really should go see Captain America 2. Really looking forward to Sebastian Stan coming back. Number 7, How to Train Your Dragon. I absolutely loved the first movie. When I took my little brother to go see it, I thought it was going to be like Alvin and Chipmunks and I'd like want to claw my face off halfway through. Biggest surprise, like right up there with Despicable Me on how much I love it. This just looks like it's going to be as good, if not better, than the first movie, or at least I hope to God it is. I really, really hope to God. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I kind of felt a little inappropriate watching the original teaser trailer, the bit where Hiccup kind of rips his mask off and it's like, ah, he achieved Neville Longbottom style puberty win moment. Yeah, I'm gonna move on now. Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1's coming out towards the end of next year, so hence I don't have the poster for it. From the success that is catching fire from this year, it's kind of a no-brainer that you've got to go see this, or at least it's a no-brainer to me that I've got to go see this. Not 100% sure about the sort of Harry Potter Twilight splitting the final movie into 2 parts thing I feel about. I can kind of see why they've done it, but I'm not going to spoil anything for people who haven't read the books. I don't know, it's going to be interesting. It could be a bit Harry Potter-esque in terms of it's a lot of sort of build-up before the big finale in the final movie. So, I don't know, it'll be interesting to see, but at least you get to eke out the series that little bit longer. I kind of lost track of what number I'm on. So, The Hobbit, there and back again. Again, coming out at the end of next year, so that will be changed at some point. I'm quite glad they've decided not to split this into a 2-parter like The Hunger Games Mockingjay. Although that is probably because they've already split the book into 3 movies. So it seems a bit ridiculous splitting the final movie into 2 parts. That would just be really eking it out for money's sake. Stupidly looking forward to this final one. I'm not gonna lie, I think a lot of us out there are going to cry, and we're going to cry hard. Tissues, spoiler, tissues will be needed. I'm not gonna go any further from that because the people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. The people who don't, have fun going to watch it. Yeah. So number whatever. X-Men Days of Future Past. Again, another sequel that I'm severely hoping is going to be up there with the level of the original one. For a start, the fact that they're putting James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender with Patrick Stewart and Sir Ian McKellen is already a big win in my books. But I had a quick look at the synopsis and it looks like there's going to be a lot of sort of time continuum, choppy, splitty bits, which I think you're going to end up having to concentrate on. I'm willing to give it a chance. If everyone else out there is willing to give it a chance, so am I. But I can see it kind of being a bit of a mindfuck. So, yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. Excuse me, there is a bit of a break happening because I'm trying to remove... Who puts stickers on books? It's one of my pet peeves. I hate bookshops that put stickers on books because you can never get the stickers off. And if you do get the stickers off, you end up with a little crappy section. Like that bit. And last but not least, The Fault in Our Stars. If you've read this, you have to go see this. If you haven't read this, read this first, cry a lot, and then go watch this. I know I'm one in a very long line of people who've said this, but this book, oh my god, it's life-changing. John Green is an absolute genius, and I've been a big fan of his work, both on screen and in writing for a long time. And I just love the fact that they've made this movie. Like, because she's got her breathing equipment in, which is outstanding. It's so rare for them to actually put a protagonist in their movies who has some sort of illness or disability and put them on the front cover. There are no words really, it's just, you just go see it. It should be on everyone's list for this year. The more mathematically able of you out there may have realised that there was only 11 movies in that resolution list. And that's because out of the myriad of other movies that are coming out next year, I could not decide which one was going to be my number 12. So, I'm leaving it up to you. Give me a little comment in the sections below, let me know which movie you think should be my number 12, and at some point in the next month or so, I will let you know which one's going to be number 12, prompting me hopefully to start a very more regular set of uploads in the coming year, which is my second resolution. It will be interesting to see how long that will last. If not that, you can always decide to give me a thumbs up, and have a great new year. I'll see you in 2014.